You wake up and before your feet even hit the floor, it already feels heavy. Not physically heavy, emotionally heavy. Like someone placed an invisible weight on your chest overnight and you have no idea how to lift it. Your mind is already racing. Already replaying yesterday, already dreading today. And you haven't even had coffee yet. That feeling is real. And if nobody has ever said this to you directly, I want to say it right now. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are someone whose nervous system has been pushed past its limits for so long that chaos has started to feel normal. But here is what the science actually shows us. Studies on stress and neurological function have found that a structured morning and evening routine can reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, by a significant percentage within just a few weeks of consistent practice. We are not talking about dramatic life changes. We are talking about small, deliberate steps that rewire how your brain processes the world around it. So let me walk you through the daily routine that has genuinely helped people go from feeling completely overwhelmed to feeling calm, grounded, and in control. And I mean deep calm. The kind you can actually feel in your body. The first thing you need to understand is this. Your mind does not calm down on its own. Left alone, the human brain will default to threat scanning. That is its job. It was designed to look for danger. But the problem in modern life is that your brain cannot tell the difference between a predator in the woods and an angry email from your boss. It treats both the same way. Floods your body with stress hormones, keeps you locked in fight or flight. And so you spend your days feeling wired, anxious, and exhausted all at the same time. Does that sound familiar? That bone-deep tiredness where you cannot sleep properly even though you are completely drained? That is not laziness. That is a nervous system stuck in overdrive. Now here is where the routine comes in. Step 1 is what I call the 2-minute ground. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, before you touch your phone, before you check anything, you lie still and you take 5 slow, deliberate breaths. Not shallow chest breaths. Deep belly breaths where you feel your stomach rise and fall. Research on the vagal nervous system consistently shows that controlled deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system within seconds. That is the calm down system in your body. You are essentially flipping a biological switch that tells your brain the danger is past. 2 minutes, 5 breaths. Every single morning without exception. And before we go any further, if you are genuinely struggling with anxiety, stress, or that overwhelming fog that just will not lift, we have related programs linked down below in the video description. People are seeing results quickly, and spots are not sitting around waiting forever. If you feel like this video is already speaking to you, do not wait until you forget. Check the description now and then come back here. Because what I am about to share next is going to change how you see the rest of your day. Step 2 is movement before stimulation. Not a full workout necessarily. Just 10 minutes of walking or gentle movement before you consume any news, social media, or screen content. Here is what happens neurologically when you do this. Movement releases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essentially fertilizer for your brain cells. It boosts dopamine naturally. It reduces the stress response. And it primes your prefrontal cortex, the rational decision-making part of your brain, to stay online throughout the day so that small frustrations do not spiral into catastrophic thinking. Most people do the exact opposite. They reach for their phone within seconds of waking up and flood their brain with external stimulation before their nervous system has had a chance to orient itself. And then they wonder why they feel scattered and reactive by 9 in the morning. Step 3 is a 5-minute intention setting. This is not journaling in the complicated sense. This is simply sitting somewhere quiet and asking yourself one question. What would make today feel like a good day? Just one thing. Write it down or say it out loud. Because what this does is extraordinary. It shifts your brain from reactive mode into intentional mode. You are no longer just responding to whatever life throws at you. You are deciding consciously what matters. People who practice daily intention setting report feeling a stronger sense of control and purpose even on difficult days. That sense of control is not a luxury. It is neurologically protective against anxiety and depression. Now here is the midday pattern interrupt, and this one catches people off guard because it is so simple they almost dismiss it. At some point in the middle of your day, ideally around noon or early afternoon, you stop for 60 seconds and do a body scan. You close your eyes. You notice where tension is sitting in your body, your jaw, your shoulders, your stomach. And you consciously release it. Just breathe into those spots and let go. That is it. 60 seconds. What people do not realize is that emotional tension stores itself physically in the body. You carry the stress of your morning meeting in your clenched jaw for the next 4 hours without even knowing it. And that tension compounds. By 3 in the afternoon, you feel inexplicably exhausted and irritable and you have no idea why. The body scan breaks that accumulation cycle. It is like releasing pressure from a valve before it builds into something explosive. Step 4 is the evening wind-down ritual, and this one is arguably the most important of all, because this is where most people completely fall apart. The evening is when the overthinking starts. You are lying in bed and suddenly every conversation, every mistake, every unfinished task starts playing on a loop. Your mind refuses to shut off, and the more you try to force yourself to stop thinking, the louder the thoughts get. Here is what actually works. 90 minutes before sleep, you begin dimming the stimulation in your environment. Lower the lights if you can. Put your phone down or at least switch off notifications, and then you spend just 10 minutes writing what I call a completion list. Not a to-do list. A completion list. Everything you actually accomplished today, no matter how small, made the bed, got through a hard conversation, took a breath when you wanted to lose it, you write it all down. This works because the anxious brain is obsessed with what is unfinished, what went wrong, and what is threatening. The completion list forcibly redirects your attention to evidence that you are capable and that things are actually okay. Over time, this rewires your default narrative from "I am failing" to "I am making progress." And that shift alone can transform the quality of your sleep within days. Step 5 is the final breath practice before sleep, similar to the morning, but this time you do a 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8, do it 4 times. This specific pattern is one of the most studied relaxation techniques available, and it consistently brings the heart rate down and initiates the body's sleep preparation response. People who have adopted this full routine, all 5 steps, report within the first 2 weeks that their anxious thoughts reduce dramatically, their sleep improves measurably, and that constant low-level panic that hums in the background of their lives begins to quiet. Not disappear overnight. Quiet, and then quiet more, and then one day they realize they went through an entire afternoon without that chest tightness, without that feeling that something bad is always about to happen. That is what consistency does. That is what taking your nervous system seriously does. And here is the thing about routines. The reason most people do not follow through has nothing to do with willpower. It has to do with not having a clear, structured system that holds them accountable and deepens their practice over time. A daily routine is a foundation, but the people who truly transform their relationship with stress and anxiety are the ones who go deeper with the right guidance. If that is you, if you know you need more than general information and you are ready to actually do the work, the programs in the description below exist precisely for that. Most people will scroll past them and wonder 6 months from now why nothing has changed. The ones who take action today are the ones who will be looking back at this moment as the turning point. That link in the description is there right now. Go check it out before today becomes tomorrow and tomorrow becomes never.